Hello and welcome back to the radio room. I got a little bit of an update on the 101 project here. I had quite a bit of fun working on this so far. I've got the AF board sitting on the bench here, and if y'all remember seeing it from a previous video, it looks quite a bit different. I've changed out all the electrolytics on this board and all the Mylar capacitors. You'll remember there's a whole bottle of them. You'll remember I was talking about earlier in an earlier video that a lot of these Mylars had gotten cracks in them, and I'll see if I can find one real quick for you here that you might be able to see a little bit better. Not all of them were cracked, but quite a few of them were. This one is. I don't know if this is going to show up very well on camera. That one's got a crack across the top of it. I think there's some, this one right here, you can see, let's see, I'm trying to find you a good example. And this, apparently, from what I understand, is sometimes a common problem on the 101s. I've heard about some that were a lot worse than this, but in this one you can just barely see it starting to crack right there. Right there's a crack. So all the Mylars have been changed over. They're just regular polyester film capacitors. We got all them changed out. There was obviously quite a few of them. I cannot remember the exact number, but that's all of the ones that came off this board, minus one or two that are probably on the floor right now. They were kind of getting away from me as well. Changed out all the electrolytics on this board. As you can see, they're all nice new ones. And I got a whole deal full of electrolytics. I've basically put in the entire capacitor kit that I purchased with all the electrolytics, so I've changed out all the topside boards. There's still some left that go on the chassis and the rectifier board that I haven't gotten to. I think there's a total of 5 more that need to be put into the radio. But all the topside removable boards, I've gone in there and changed out all the electrolytics. This board was the most complicated. This board right here probably has as many electrolytics as the rest of the whole radio, just about. And between Mylars and capacitors, I nearly rebuilt this board. There's some resistors, obviously, that I didn't change. And so there's a couple transistors on here, the amplifier chip, stuff like that. But when it really comes down to it and you look at this board, everything yellow on here I changed. And of course every electrolytic, so basically every shiny top you're looking at there, minus that, has been changed out. So that definitely took a little bit of work there. And in the previous video, or one of the previous videos, I think it was the previous video, we did have a comment on that one. W8SOO had made a comment on making it a little easier to find them. So when you're looking here and say you want to change this one, oh my gosh, which two is it? And I've tried this before on radios before, and it always worked with mixed results. However, it works really well with these 101s. And that is take an LED flashlight and shine it through the board. Let me see if I can get you to see this. You can see my flashlight through there. Let me see if I can get rid of some of the light, and I'll show you exactly how easy this can be. So let's see here. Let's go with this big capacitor right here. So what you can do is, or what I was doing is I just put my finger on the one I was trying to find. See, now I can see my finger through there. See, you see my finger moving around underneath there? This is a little hard to do. There's my finger moving around. Right at the end of it, you can see that big circle, which is right in the middle of the light right now. Now, on that one right there, you can pretty much tell it's these two contacts right here. But sometimes it was a little hard to tell, but I noticed if I do this, see how the shadow moves around? And if I follow that shadow from that one, it always centers right on those two solder pins. So this works really well on the 101 boards. I mean, you can see right through there. And even when you're coming from this side, see, now I can see the traces on the other side too. So like when I was looking for some of these, when I'm looking like this, I can't see the other side, so I don't know what traces it is. But sometimes you can find a trace on the back side that's just a shadow. And then when you turn it over, oh, well, yeah, I can see that trace running along the board. So that's a really good way to do this. And I'm sure this works on a lot of other radios. Just some of the boards that I've worked on before, I've tried that. And they were just either way so populated that you can't see through them, or they had a lot more to the board. Maybe they were just had more stuff in the board itself, or the conformal coating might have blocked a lot of it. But I mean, that shines right through there. It makes life so much easier. So W8SOO, thanks for the tip, at least for a reminder, and it works great on these 101s. So like I said, I got all the topside boards done. I have done a couple of tests in the meantime to make sure the radio was still working. It's time to put this one in. This is the last board that's on the top side, you know, the card style. Gonna put it back in and see if the radio still works. So let's put it in. Here's the top of the radio right here we're looking at. And this board goes right there, so we'll go ahead and put it in here. Just gently rock it down in there. Make sure we're fully seated. And then we'll put the two mounting screws in there. See if I can find my screwdriver. And these are a little bit fun because the screwdriver can't go straight onto them. This might be easier with the screw around the other direction. Just get it in the hole, and then you gotta be careful because I'm kind of at an up angle here trying to screw this, so I'm just lightly engaging the screw, get it started, and then I can screw it in the rest of the way. It does have a lock ring, so you just kind of want to snug it down good. A little lock washer, split lock washer on there. And let's get the other one. This one, and a couple of times I pulled these boards out, this one always seems a little fun. Mostly because it's right up against this metal shield here, and it just seems like it never really wants to just go right in there. I'm just using a pair of tweezers to hold it, so it's kind of rocking around in the tweezers. And then of course I got to get the screwdriver to engage it. It might be it's not perfectly lined up, but it keeps wanting to go into the screwdriver to square up in it. Or try to cross thread, which you gotta be careful on as well. It's just not wanting to cooperate, and now I dropped it down in there and I gotta go after it. Let me loosen this side up a little bit. I think I might have the board in there just slightly crooked. Which isn't letting it line up with the hole. Alright, got it started that time. Snug those down. All right. Now another thing you might notice in the corner right here, there's another radio sitting there. We're going to talk about that one here in just a moment. Don't know too much about it, but we're going to talk about it. I'm guessing once you get a 101 on your workbench, they start multiplying. This one's actually belongs to somebody else, and it's got some stuff that's going to have to be looked at on it. Just arrived today, but let's see if this guy's going to work first. So let me get another camera set up here as well, so we can take a look at the front of the radio, and we will plug this puppy in and see if we cannot get it to see if it's going to do something. Let me see if I got that camera set up in the right spot. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and plug the radio in. Alright, I do have it hooked up to an antenna system this time, so we'll actually get to hear some voices out of it. Go ahead and turn it on. Oh, we got voices. The one thing I am noticing, kind of right off here, is that, let me kill some lights so you guys can see the meters better. Well, maybe that's not helping much, but trying to get this so you guys can see it. Before, when I was working on the radio, sorry about the camera moving all around, I didn't hardly have any needle movement. One thing I also did do while I was in there, which doesn't necessarily mean that that it's accurate, but right here is the S meter adjustment. This potentiometer right here, I did spray that and clean it. I worked it back and forth. So that might be one reason why our meter is actually working now. But we do have some voices coming out. This is 80 meters. You know, it is evening. I wonder if we have any AM. There's a heterodyne from some AM. So it is receiving some AM. It's pretty noisy out. I think I can get rid of a little noise. I got a few other things on in the radio room that sometimes make some noise electrically. I turned something else off here so maybe we can hear a little bit better. Attenuator seems to work. Noise blanker, I'm thinking, needs some adjustment. I don't think it should knock your audio out that much. So let's it's got good audio. It's about half volume right there. Okay, let's see if we got some other bands. Okay, 40 meters. Oh, some broadcast. It is pretty late at night. Sounds like got a contest going on. Yeah, it's got 20. It's a little late at night. I'm not sure. Don't have any luck. Okay, we're not getting super strong signals here, but I haven't retuned the antenna tuner either. 15. Let me see if I can tune the antenna a little bit better. We're getting way far away. It was tuned for 75 meters before. Okay, we should be tuned for 15. Do our pre-select. It does have some receive. It seems like it's a little down. Now, let me compare this to a different radio. So it might be a little low there. I really don't know if there's anything going on 10, but so let's go down to some. Let's go back down to 80. Just real quick, and then we'll. Alright, so seems like the 101 is receiving okay. So, yeah, we're going to continue on. Seems like it might be working a little bit better. The S meter definitely seems like it's working better now that I've cleaned that potentiometer. Possibly changing some capacitors might have helped that out a little bit. But the key is it's still working. So everything I've done in there so far has at least not hurt anything, and I think it's probably made it a little bit better. One other thing on this radio that I want to cover. Previous video I talked about this knob, the shaft being broke, and then I'd super glued it back together and everything was working good. Well, it still works. There's just one little problem. It broke again, and that was just from turning that. And to tell you the truth, it's actually it's a new brake. You probably can't see this on the camera, but coming right back this way is where the original re-gluing was, and it's broken a new spot now. So I'm going to order an acrylic dowel, 1/4 inch acrylic dowel, that should work in there just fine. I'll just get a 12-inch one or whatever, cut it the same length, and we'll replace that. But just kind of probably going to end up being in a different video, having its own coverage, is the other 101 that just came in today. This is actually a 101, no A, B, C, D, nothing, just the original FT 101. I believe I checked the serial number on this. I believe it should be a late model 101 before the B or any of the other ones. So just FT 101. Of course, you can tell it does have the white heater and power switch on it. I'm not sure y'all can tell really in the video or in the camera, but this one does still have the plastic on it, which is nearly completely loose on there. There's a couple spots it's still stuck to the faceplate, but it's peeling off of there. I might talk to the owner. This was actually dropped off to me by a mutual friend of myself and the owner of this radio. He says it's got some 80 meter problems. The friend that dropped it off didn't know exactly what that meant, so I don't know exactly what's going on with this radio. Just says that there's some 80 meter problems. It's actually sitting on 80 meters here, and it is in pre-select here. So I'm kind of wondering if it's a I don't know if it's a receive problem or a transmit problem or both. I have no clue. Just there's something up with 80 meters. Before I can get to that and start working on that, let me see if I can get the radio turned around here, or at least turned sideways here, so we can take a look at some other stuff. There's some other stuff I'm going to work on before we actually go inside this radio. One is the power cord. It's kind of got a few problems there. Let me get some more light on the subject here real quick. But it kind of looks like it's twisted around there. The jacket's broke, so we'll have to pull that out and further. Might have to get a flashlight on this so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about here. But something don't look right here. I'm not really sure if that's the way that's supposed to look, but I'm pretty sure that that's not supposed to be that moving around that much there. So I got to find out why that plug is like that. I'm not really sure. I'll have to get inside the radio and take a look at that. But the plug should not move around that much. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Because right here is where the plug plugs into there. Of course, these are a little bit different than the E's, just a little bit. But I'm not sure if that's been replaced, and that's just the way it came out, or if there's supposed to be something more here, or maybe that's supposed to be in further. I kind of figured it would be in further. Not really sure. So we'll explore that as well. I'll have to get the cover off the radio and take a look inside there, or at least the bottom cover, and see what's going on in there. But we're going to play with that one too. It'll probably get its own video. I just wanted to kind of throw it in here and let you know that you got to be careful. When you start working on a 101, apparently they bring friends. This one won't be staying permanently here, but Yeah, they follow each other around apparently. If you end up with one, you'll end up with more than one sitting on your bench apparently. So we'll see what's up with this one and see if we can't get it working right, or at least figure out what's going on with it. I'm hearing 80 meters. It's got a problem. That's all I know. And I know the cord needs to have some TLC on it. So just a quick update on the 101E project. Which is still working so far. That's a good thing. I think there's 5 more electrolytic capacitors I need to change in here. I'm sorry, 7 I need to change in here. So we do still have the big ones up on the top that need to be changed. These 2 back here. Those, and then there's 5 on the chassis. Bottom, I think they're all on the bottom. One's, I think, right behind the clarifying level potentiometer. And there's one on a transformer underneath there. There's 2 or 3 on the rectifier board, which should be over here underneath this on the bottom. And I think there's one more hiding in there somewhere. We'll find it. And we'll get it changed out, and we'll see where it works from there, and we'll see where we kind of go from there. It might be trying to do a little bit of more alignment. Oh, I still have the mica, the silver mica, to change on the bottom over here, and the one that's kind of parallel to it. I'll probably go ahead and change out the plate coil. Remember, I got that used plate coil that looks in better shape. Get that one changed out. I'm going to get this ordered. And I probably need to go ahead and order the 10 picofarad for the coming off for the neutralization circuit. And there's a couple on here that I need to order. I think there's 3 of them, 4 of them. That are higher voltage ones. So 3 capacitors, I believe, here. Another neutralizing capacitor, acrylic shaft, and slowly but surely, we're gonna get this guy back on the air. Probably have to do a little bit of some realignment to it. I'm still reading through all of that to find out all the little tricks and stuff to that. So hopefully. When we get done, we're going to have one good FT101E to play with. And coming up after it gets done, as far as we take it, I'm planning on doing a video for this radio's first contact after it's been redone. And I'm planning on trying to coordinate and having that contact be made between myself and its previous owner. So I think that's going to be fun. And in the meantime, we'll be looking at the other radio that's off over here. Probably just a single video, maybe 2, depending on what's wrong with it. But I'll probably work it on into the middle, kind of in between some of these for this radio. This one's mine, and it can hang out for a while. This other one, I want to try and get it back out the door so the guy can enjoy it a little bit. Probably do some cleaning up on it as well. It's got a little dust on it. I think it's probably been kind of sitting off to the side. I don't know if he's been using it much or not. So, like I said, just wanted to give you the update. All the boards except for a couple high voltage ones on here. The electrolytics have been changed out, and we're going to continue working on it. Still got quite a bit to go on this radio, but we're doing it one step at a time. Thanks for stopping by, and bye for now.